Desiree Nicole with Desiree Nicole Designs. This is my first ever video, so welcome. I'm gonna do this table that I bought off of Marketplace. I thought it was solid wood and I didn't inspect it thoroughly when I picked it up. I was kind of just in a hurry, and when I got it home, it's all veneer. I did try to do a veneer replacement, and if I'm being honest, I'm just burnt out on doing veneer. So I am going to patch the damaged areas with some bondo, and then I'm gonna paint with a light color, like a wood tone color, and then I'm going to go over it with some stain. So follow along and let's see how it turns out. Okay, I'm gonna go in and sand down all of the damaged veneer. There were some spots that were bubbled up and I just pulled those up. And then some spots where the veneer was just missing. So what I'm gonna do is smooth it all down to an even surface so I can apply bondo. After I've applied that bondo, I'm going to let it dry and then sand it down. Okay, now I'm going to go in and clean the areas that I've sanded so there's no loose sawdust or anything in my way for the next step. Next, I'm going to use the Happy Creating brush by Bella Renovare with a wood grained color that I matched to the color of the veneer. I did find that it was drying too quickly, so I am having to spray as I paint. But I'm going to do a whole coat over this. I found that I only needed one coat since I'm going to stain over it. I just need something to help the stain adhere to the table and also fill in the bondo. So here I am going to make a wood grain with this razor blade. Let's laugh about how I recorded this on slow motion and didn't even realize it until I got to the editing point. So what I'm doing here is just taking that razor blade and mimicking the wood grain. I'm just going to scrape it into the bondo at a medium pressure until I feel like it is good. You want to make sure that you're scraping it hard enough to be able to do a light sand over and that grain still exist. While you're making your wood grain, there really is nothing to follow along the edges, so I kind of just visualized where I could see the last line of wood grain from the veneer, and I tried to just connect those together, like not in a straight line, but kind of just make it look as natural as I possibly could. Here I am applying the first coat of gel stain. I would recommend this because it sticks to the paint underneath, and I found that in this dry climate it did leave brush strokes, so I'm gonna try with a foam roller next. I do want to add, whenever you're staining over paint, you do not want to wipe away this stain, you just let it dry. Okay, after I got all the stain, I let it dry for 72 hours per the directions on the can. And then I'm gonna go in and sand down that layer of stain. That way I can kind of correct the brush marks that I found. And then I did decide to do a foam roller, like I said, and also this did not work in this dry climate either. So I did end up doing a microfiber cloth and circular motions for the third coat and final coat, but I did not record that step. So just something to keep in mind if you have a very dry climate and things are going to dry fast, you want to find the best application. While that is drying on the top, I am going to start the base using the Bella Renovara Happy Creating brush again. I'm going to go right over that existing paint with this maroon color and just make sure I'm getting in all of the little cracks and crevices, and then I'll let that dry. Okay, and this is the final piece. I did add some stain to the bottom feet and also a top coat onto the stain after it had dried and cured for the full 72 hours. That is an important step because if you try to sand or do anything over this stain before it's finished, it will not turn out good. You'll get an uneven stain. You may sand off some of it before it's dry, so just make sure that your stain is fully dry before you add any top coat. All at once in a dream, we are together. Okay, so here's the table all finished. This is the longest that I've had a piece just stump me, and I'm very, very happy with the outcome. So maybe you have a piece sitting around that you just don't quite know how to finish the top with, if it's not solid wood, and you really don't want to go through the extensive process of, you know, replacing the veneer. This is a perfect solution for those kind of projects. Hopefully we learned something together, and I'll see you next time.